YouTube, you're looking right. That's the old fuel pump for the Firebird. That sucker, when you look at that strainer, that catch was clogged, which I'm sure eventually led to the actual electric pump failing. But there you go. That's the old pump. This video is not on pump replacement, but this video, like all my videos, is just kind of some tips and tricks to make this easy for you. I sat here with a hammer. You see an oil wrench, some chisels, a sledge, and let me tell you something, and a punch set. I could not get that lock ring off for nothing, okay? And the issue is, when you look at that's a plastic tank, so I'm not sure you want to slip beaten with a punch or a chisel, like some of the people that I've read have done, when you could potentially puncture your tank, which defeats the purpose of building a trap, right? Because you're going to have to lower it, drop the tank, and replace it anyway. And everything for these cars these days, regardless of whether it's a WS6 or a V6, says Firebird, it costs money, because so many of the parts are interchangeable. That being said, I just wanted to kind of show you a little trick as to what I did, which worked excellent. So if you look closely, you see that notch groove in the ring. That notch groove sits in another notch groove on that tank flange right there, you see? So let me point in the middle. And that's what gives you your pressure, okay? So this notch groove right here is supposed to sit in this notch groove right here. So I understand what people are saying with beat it, beat it, beat it, beat it. No, you don't want to beat it, because you don't want to break it, you don't want to bend it, you don't want to puncture your tank. I'm sure y'all know the difference between vice grips and some channel locks. And I'm going to tell you what I did right now, and somebody on here might disagree, but I will tell you I did order the part, so from now on, I will be able to replace this. Unfortunately, Amazon was unable to deliver the part until Monday, and I did not want to wait because I have to work on Monday. So I said, what else can I do? So I attempted to try to get that oil wrench around. That wasn't working. I attempted to use a vice grip. That kind of worked, but the channel locks are perfect. Now, let me tell you what I did. So to remove it with the channel locks, okay, what you're going to do is this notch right here, right on that edge that you can see I was beating initially. What you want to do is you want to get the channel locks. Now, obviously, I've already taken this off and replaced it. So, but you want to get the channel locks there and there. When you do that, that's going to spin it counterclockwise and pop it out of that groove. Once you pop it out of the groove, you can then get a hammer and chisel if you so choose, because it comes right off. Because remember, the fuel pump is pushed in, so there's pressure. And so once you break that seal, essentially, it spins right off. Now, this is the opposite when you're putting it back on. You basically want to go to the end here, and you want to go to the tab. And when you go there and to the tab and you squeeze, that sucker goes right on. Okay, that's what I was able to do to get this on immediately. Now, with the channel locks, you're going to have to make several adjustments, and you got to remember, I'm also trying to do this while holding the phone, but as you can see, it's popping right back in. So that's a little tip. You're going to hear it pop. Let me readjust the pliers. Again, I'm trying to do this with one hand, but I just want you to hear it pop. All right. Ready? You're gonna hear it click. Click. Okay. Trying to do it with one hand. But there you go. Pop right in. And the same way to take it off, initially, you're going to do the opposite to take it off. You're going to hit this groove, and you're going to hit the tab, and you're going to push. Now, obviously, I do recommend using a tool, but if you don't have a tool, this is what you'll do. And it worked great. You saw that. The other thing that I wound up doing, if you're buying an aftermarket part, I actually, this is a Delco pump, but what I wound up doing was using the original O-ring. Reason being, you got to check the size. The one that they sent me was slightly smaller. And so what I was finding is that when I installed it the first time and I had to take it back off, the O-ring didn't seal the entire unit. And so I wound up cleaning up the old O-ring or rubber gasket, whatever you want to call it, and sealing that back up. And so now I'm getting ready to connect it. I'm not going to start it because you see I've got a K&N fuel filter that also needs to be replaced. But again, this video was just to kind of show you some tips and tricks for replacing the lock ring on your fuel pump. Worked great for me. You know, obviously we all have different strengths, we all have different weaknesses, so you know, I'm just telling you this is what worked for me. Maybe it'll work for you. If you like what you're seeing, please subscribe.